Here we have the HGUC Revive RX-78-2 Gundam. This is the original Gundam from the first anime from 1979. This particular kit is a reprint of an older 2000s kit. The box shows some poses and we do see a blue Bandai logo, but this is essentially a reprint of an older kit. The box is fairly small, typical of high grades. So let's take a look inside the box. Looking inside the box, we come across the manual. You can see this pretty much shows the built up kit with all its accessories displayed. It has a red Bandai logo which tells it's a reprint from the older times. It also has a few of the poses, dynamic poses. It's a pretty nifty one, and it's very typical folded page manual. We see the list of runners here, a fairly small number of runners to be honest, and we see step-by-step instructions on how to put together this particular kit. Going through this, towards the end we also see some other poses with all the kits, the bazooka and the sabers, etc., and some articulation gimmicks. Taking a look inside the box, we come across these runners, the red, blue, the color runners, and then there's another bag of the gray, which is usually the joints, and the shield and the other armor pieces. Let's open them up. Here we see sheets of molded plastic called runners. They have all the different pieces that need to be cut out and put together as per the instructions that we saw earlier. The entire model kit that we saw will be created using these parts. We see the shields and the armors and the weapons, hands, everything is here. We also have some polycaps, which are the joints specifically. And then we have some of the color parts already molded into their specific colors, and some clear parts in there as well. And the typical beam sabers in pink. And lastly, we have some stickers for the eye and other color corrected stickers. Now let's get started. So this is the final build of the RX-78-2 Gundam, the OG one. A fairly straightforward build, snap building everything after cleaning and cutting it. I have added panel lining, which is essentially filling in details by coloring them into the surface details. Fairly basic customization, I would say, because people tend to do all sorts of things to Gunpla. One could consider completely painting the entire kit. Apart from that, you could add stickers, you could add further details by adding lines using a scribing tool, and so on. Taking a look at the articulation, we see that the head goes up, which is great, as well as pretty down as well. Apart from that, the legs do go side to side, and we would also see that they bend pretty well at the knee, which is great. The arms will also tend to have certain articulations at the elbow, front to back for some dynamic poses on the other side as well. This one goes right to the top, lets you do that rifle to the top pose, so that's great as well. Down here, the skirt armor goes up, which is great for lifting the leg up, so you can make some good dynamic poses, kicks, and so on. The back skirt does not move really, so that just stays as it is. The side skirts also lift up a little, which allow you to do, again, some dynamic poses. The leg also swivels, and the hands also swivel. They have a joint, and there is a joint at the elbow, which lets you fold it all together. Coming to accessories and parts, we have some open hands. This kit also comes with a bazooka. There's some articulation here, and there's an extra part that comes in which allows you to attach it to the back of the Gundam if you wish to do so. There's also this shield, some good details in the back, and a handle that can be held into using a fist that we get. And lastly, the rifle, pretty decent. It has the trigger finger already attached so that I can use it. The scope swivels around, as well as the handle for some double-handed pose. To attach the bazooka, you just need to remove this particular piece here and then add the attachment piece in there, and then just slot on the bazooka, and that would essentially hold it when you make it stand. You also have the beam saber handles, so you can add the beam effect parts, and then you can add it to the hand, the fist hand that comes with the kit, to make it hold it so. And we see this hole at the bottom, which is essentially to attach it to a stand, which allows you to do a bit more dynamic poses. Well, you can obviously make it stand and do some poses for the more dynamic kicks and flying ones. The stand would definitely come into picture. And this is the whole kit all assembled. We see the shield is attached using another fist arm and is attached to the arm with the rifle and everything. So yeah, this is how it kind of looks. And that's kind of the look for the high-grade Universal Century, the OG Gundam, or as we call him sometimes, the Grandpa. So final verdict for this kit. I really like building it. I have built some other kits before from different lines. This is fairly old, and it does show. You can see the joints are not the greatest. The plastic does tend to dimple quite a bit when you're trying to cut it. Again, some of that is owed to the tools that I currently have, but overall it's still a great beginner kit. It really introduces you to the concepts of how Gunpla works, how to build a kit, and it has amazing shelf presence, and even for an old kit it holds up pretty well in terms of posing as well as articulation. That being said, I must say this is definitely a recommend for collectors and a great starting kit for customizers as well. Let me know any feedback or questions in the comment section. This is from a creative desk, and until next time.